Your teenager doesn't hate you. Although I'm sure you've heard the H word directed towards you or about their clothes or what's being prepared for dinner more times than you heard this word in their first 12 years. For some parents, teenage years can get a little bumpy, but are generally okay. For other families, teenage years, particularly between 13 and 16, can feel like you've got a different kid at home, one fixed on burning the relationship that they have with you. Now, you probably know how I like to roll if you've been watching our videos. I like to reframe things that feel awful into something that might indicate normal development. So, if your adolescent is giving you grief, great! This means they are working on the next step of their development toward becoming a healthy adult who can both operate independently and in relationship with others, who knows themselves and who is okay with who they are. So how do arguments, telling you know nothing, rolling their eyes in embarrassment at the way that you breathe, and liberal doses of the H word help? To become an adult who can take care of themselves in a world without you nearby, teenagers need to separate or individuate from you. They need to get a sense of being able to take care of themselves, make their own decisions, feel they are discovering new information, and feel confident in these new skills and knowledge. They often do this by rejecting your ways holus bolus, leaving you feeling rejected, useless, and sometimes abused. This individuation has to occur strongly, because if they realise what it really means to be an adult and why you do what you do, they might just choose to stall their development in their teenage years and not get to experience the unpredictability of life, which brings life's greatest rewards. Another common experience having a teenager is hearing that they'll die if they don't have the latest pair of in-sneakers, or that they start dressing in ways that make them look more like a part of the pack rather than the individual they are trying to become. Identity formation is a big part of adolescent development, and teenagers become very difference sensitive. They don't want to poke out too much from the crowd and get very embarrassed if they do. To adults, this behaviour can feel the opposite of identity formation. However, you have to consider that these changes differentiate them from you and is about joining a group and a life separate to yours. Now, this doesn't mean you can't give them messages like it's important to be you and to choose what you like, or you are more than your body and how you look. But it is important that your teenager has some space to forge their own identity, try on different parts of themselves, and get a crazy haircut that they'll look back on in 10 years and say, "Mum, Dad, why did you let me get that?" Your teenager does need you, and probably more than ever. Unlike kids who you can keep a close eye on, teenagers will wander off further and get themselves into deeper trouble. Yes, they do have knowledge that you don't. They do know how to do things that you don't. They do know the world differently to how you know it. But they've still got kid brains. They don't have the wealth of experience and hindsight that you have, or the ability to consider information before acting on it. Just like you used to hover at the edge of the water when your child started to get confident swimming, your teenager needs you to also hover, even though it might feel the opposite. Now, this hovering should occur in the background, be less obvious, and this takes a letting go of the parent with the confidence that if the relationship was good enough with your child coming into adolescence, then your teenager will reach out if they need you, and you will know enough about what is going on in their life to anticipate difficulties. So, next time your teenager complains about the way you breathe, don't feel hate. Keep breathing the way you are, because it's just as important to learn that our likes and dislikes can't rule the world or make others change to fit what we want. I hope that's been useful in helping your family be their best. If you like what you've heard today, press the like button and share with your friends. Bye for now.